Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. If I get everybody to take their seats real fast. All right, good morning. Welcome back to day 2 on building a culture of campus well-being. My name is Devin, Jopp, Chief Executive Officer for American College Health Association. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank our panelists, moderators, and all our attendees for a very engaging session yesterday. So if I could get a round of applause for them, that'd be fantastic. I also want to sincerely thank all the staff of ACHA for their incredible dedication and support for making this event possible today. As a reminder for questions, when we do have them, since we are live streaming, we'd like to ask everyone to please ask your questions via slide.do, S-L-I.do. Go to the website and please punch in the code ACHA-PGM1. That's ACHA-PGM1. We'll queue your questions and we'll ask them of our panelists throughout the day. Before we get started, I want to share a few thoughts and a couple exciting announcements. As I was preparing for this event today, I went back and looked at the National College Health Assessment to get some data and context for my remarks. And one of the statistics that jumped out to me that also we heard from Dr. DeGoya yesterday was that when we look at out of 48,000 students surveyed, 57% of students reported they had felt more than average or tremendous stress in the previous 12 months. When we heard Dr. DeGoya yesterday, we heard about this whole concept of hope. And I think hope is what drives us together. It's what binds us. It's why we're all college health and wellness professionals. It's really the reason for our being. As an association representing our nation's 20 million college students, I feel that it is our associations and our personal moral imperative to not only identify new areas of innovation and solutions on campus health and well-being, but also to be able to bring them to bear and to bring these ideas to life. In that vein, I'm very excited to announce a couple of different initiatives that we'll be launching in 2019. In May, at our annual meeting in Denver, pending board approval, I'm pleased to announce the launch of ACHA's new wellness coaching program for students, faculty, and staff. This new program is built off of evidence-based program that has been used in many universities and will feature a series of online and face-to-face training courses that can help build capacity on our campuses by giving them the knowledge and skills that they need to be their healthiest selves, and to build a community of support and a campus-wide network built on positive psychology and resiliency. This program will feature a series of direct wellness coaching training courses, as well as train the trainer program for campuses so we can, again, continue to build that capacity that's going to really help build well-being on their own campus. Second, I'm pleased to announce that the American College Health Foundation, with a generous 3-year sponsor commitment, will be launching a national freshman WellStart training program. The WellStart training program will be free to universities and will be an online program built by college mental health and well-being experts of creating a comprehensive training program that will be offered to colleges for incoming first-year students online. The program will cover protective factors in addition to providing resources for students who may already be suffering from depression and anxiety. Additionally, through this same program, we'll be building a national college well-being and depression playbook. As we all know, all of us are working on different aspects of well-being on our campus. We have certain things that we know that work, certain things that are being tested. What we are looking to do is how do we grab those innovations into one place in order to really help as a community deal with the surging demand for mental health services and build a culture of well-being on our campus. With that said this morning, we're going to go ahead and go off on a dirt road and off the path for a few minutes. Yesterday, I was actually talking to Sue Wasilek from Duke University, and she says, we've had some great research that we've been doing. Can I get a couple minutes of the podium? And I think the work that I had heard that Sue's been doing and their team over there is fantastic. So I'd like to welcome up to the podium Sue Wasilek, AVP of Student Affairs, Dean of Students, Duke University.
Thanks, Devin. Devin agreed to give me 3 minutes, and for those of you who are already tired of hearing my voice, if you could time me and raise your hand when my 3 minutes are up, and let's see if I stop or just keep going. In any event, we have spent the last 5 years at Duke on a research project, 4 of those collecting data. The focus of the research has been what makes a college student resilient. And it was a $3.4 million project because it involved a lot of researchers. We've got 7,000 data points to eventually figure out what we're going to do with. And this research was sponsored by the Duke Family Endowment and involved Davidson, Furman, Johnson C. Smith, and Duke. So we had a great variety of institutions, all in North and South Carolina. And some of the students that were involved in this research actually released their data from student health and from their counseling, from our counseling center. So it's pretty rich data. We did periodic surveys as well as longitudinal ones. So we followed some students for 4 years. The bottom line is that we have been able to take all 7,000 data points at this point and put them into what we'll call these 4 sort of foundational pillars or targets. And that's what I want to share with you this morning, because what we're now trying to do is take these 4 foundations, weave them into our 6 dimensions of wellness. Some people have 7, some have 8, we have 6. And then figure out how to really put these together in such a way where we've got our wellness dimensions and now our 4 target areas in resilience, and make them make sense to others and frankly to us. But I do want to share these 4 pillars with you. They are not earth-shattering, but they are organized in such a way that I think it's easy to think about them, it's easy to remember them, and I also think it's easy to program around them. I apologize to those of you who have already heard these 4 foundations, but for those of you who haven't, perhaps it's helpful. I hope it will be. The researchers will, of course, be writing articles over the next zillion years about all this research, and you can read all of those that you like, but to me, these 4 things are the real keys. Number 1, a student who is resilient is able to show the characteristic of self-control or self-regulation. These are the students that are able to avoid temptation. They are able to respond to temptation by saying, no, I'm not going to do that, and respond to opportunity by saying, yes, that's something that I want to do. And in terms of reaching a goal, these are the students that are able to say and achieve, I won't stop until I finish. The self-control study showed, the study showed that self-control actually declines during the first 2 years of college. So if we can do something during the freshman and sophomore year to bolster self-control, we would be in a much better position. For those of you who are struggling with this is the hardest one, I think, to describe. If you can think about the Marshmallow Test with the 4-year-olds, put them in the room. If you don't eat the marshmallow, we'll bring you a second one in a period of time. Even though that research has shown to be a bit invalid, that's the best way that I know how to really think about self-control. And some of us talk about time management, and this research showed that it's not about time management, it's really controlling how you do what you do on a day-to-day basis. Number 2, self-compassion. So students who are able to hit that speed bump, fail, do poorly on a test, whatever the case might be, and come back and say, I'm still okay. I'm a good person. I like myself. I'm not bad. I'm going to get over this. And they treated themselves the same way that they would treat their friends and their family after they hit some kind of challenge. Those students who are able to exhibit and feel self-compassion have the highest level of resilience. Let me just see here. They are able to avoid getting weighed down by negative thoughts and feelings. They maintain a more positive emotional response. And not surprisingly, high self-compassion is correlated with lower levels of depression, stress, and anxiety. So self-control, self-compassion. The last 2, I think, are some of the most interesting ones, although I like the first 2 as well. But the third one is engagement. Again, not a big surprise. Students who were able to find an area in which they could be academically engaged, an area that they felt that they could study, think about, read about, write about, debate. Those students who were able to find an area where they could show sort of this academic gusto, and those who were able to find a person in that area, particularly an adult, a faculty member, a mentor, someone with whom they could work, they could trust, they could count on, someone who trusted them, were the ones that actually showed the highest level of resilience. So academic engagement, again, not surprisingly, correlates directly with a sense of belonging, and that is actually a bidirectional effect, a higher quality of friendships, and feeling better about yourself. So students who are academically engaged, I know this is a dated word, but the word is date, as much as other students, have fewer hookups, engage in lower levels of problematic alcohol use, report lower levels of stress, depression, and anxiety, and frankly have higher GPAs. So for those of us who can get those students connected and engaged in their academic life, if they can just pick something that they love and not something they think is going to get them somewhere down the road, those are the ones who are, over our 4-year study, showed the highest level of resilience. I love that word, though, developing gusto for school and work. And then finally, again, not surprisingly, relationships, particularly peer relationships, and being able to develop supportive connections with peers across the campus. Having friends is correlated, again, not surprisingly, with lower loneliness, better mental health, and better physical health. Friendship beliefs, we learned, are very, very important in the resilience study as well, because the way that students actually think about and believe what a friendship is all about and what their expectations are with their friendships predict their responses to challenging friendship situations. For example, believing that having a conflict with a friend is a sign that the friendship is over is associated with having lower quality friendships and relationships. So those students, again, who are able to approach their relationships, they have a conflict with a friend and they say, this is normal. You know, we're going to get through this. Those are the ones who have the best relationships and, again, the highest level of resilience while they're in college. So trying to at least let students think about what their fundamental beliefs are related to friendships is an important thing to allow them to do while they're in college. So just to summarize, self-control or self-management, self-compassion, engagement, particularly with academics, and friendship, particularly those with peers. The one thing that I do want to emphasize, and I just mentioned it, but I really want to say it was an important factor in this study, is those students who were able to find an adult on campus with whom they could connect. And sometimes it was a person in the dining hall, it was a bus driver, it was a housekeeper, but by and large, it's someone who is related to their academic work. That was the key to really creating more resilience while they are in college. So I just wanted to share those 4 with you. Hopefully that will help you. We are now really trying to take all the programs that we're doing through wellness and well-being, categorize those according to those 4 foundations, also in light of our wellness dimensions. And then all the program that we're going to be doing moving forward, we hope will fall into one of those categories, because we really believe that this research is truly valid and has given us a lot of things to think about. So thanks for giving me my 3+ minutes. Appreciate it.